You heard that new album, bro? That motherfucker! So, tell me about yourself, Ronald.
Well, just now graduating high school.
That's awesome.
I'm just looking to get my feet wet a little bit.
Jacoby Williams! Jacoby Williams! Jacoby Williams! Yo! That's me! Yo! I'm Jacoby Williams! I came to get me a D.O.B. Hold up! A J.O.B.
Due to Ronald Jenkins and Jacoby Williams' failed job interview, they both enlisted in a Career Development 101 class, where we find them here, where they're talking about the resume.
I'll call you one at a time.
My name is Fiona Green.
Next. My name is Elizabeth Smith. Did y'all put on hand sanitizer? No. Next. Next.
Ron.
You got a last name?
Ron.
Next.
Ronald Jenkins.
Got you. Next.
They got me going up here. This thing. Oh, for real. What you want, bro?
What's your name?
They want.
Okay. And get off your phone. Get off your phone. I guess that's it. It's time.
Hold up! Wait!
What?
Hold up! Yo! Oh man, not this dude again, bro. What's happening?
Oh,
I know y'all can't hear me. Hold up. What's happening? Oh snap! Corona, not me.
What? Run that back.
Yo! My name is Jacoby Williams.
Oh man.
Hey!
You again?
My brother, what's happening?
No.
Dap me up.
No, bro. Elbow. No, I'm just playing.
Dap me up.
No, you
straight.
I done came in here with this fresh suit on. I thought I was doing it. Nobody don't want to dab me up. I see how it is. Low key.
Hello everybody, my name is Greg Jenkins and I would like to take the time to thank everybody who came to the seating course. Today we will talk about how references are key except of resume. Now say references, everyone.
References.
References are a former boss, teacher, advisor, or anything else. I want y'all to name someone that can be a references.
Ooh, my teacher, Mr. Gerald.
My boss, Alexander.
Let me think about it.
My nurse.
Yeah. My teacher.
Hold up. I got my mama, I got my uncle.
Oh, dude, this is my class.
I see how it is. Low key.
With some jobs, a good references on top of a stellar resumes can be the difference between landing a job and remembering job lists. So I encourage you to take your time on your resume, and I bet you Godspeed as you search for new career opportunities.
Hey everybody, this is your host, Brother Kevin Carr, and with me I have Miss Yarbrough, and we would like to thank God for all of you tuning in. We hope that something is said to encourage your hearts. And you know, I was thinking about some things and on this call, and I just wanted to ask you, what is the purpose of a resume, Miss Yarbrough?
Well, that's good, Kevin. Great question. It's to get you the interview. Before they even call you, before they even meet you, you want to be able to sell yourself through that resume and make sure you have notated for all of the employers you're applying for, your skills, your education, and your capabilities. The role that I tell people is so important when you're looking at your resume. The role of that resume is to get you that interview.
That's a good answer right there.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you out there that are listening in, I want you to grab you some notebook paper and a pencil and start writing this down. And I just took note of it. So if y'all didn't even get a chance to write that down, it is to get you the interview. Mm-hmm. Somebody say get you the interview.
Get you the interview.
Yeah. And
it's
so
to land you that interview.
Yeah. And so in the resume, you know, most people make a lot of mistakes on the resume. I know I've made a lot of mistakes. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering, what are some common mistakes that you see on the resume, Ms. Yarbrough?
And some of the common mistakes that are found on resumes are typos, grammatical errors, too much information, not enough information. You didn't highlight your job skills. Your job skills don't match the qualifications for the job. So some of the main important things you want to be mindful of is to get that resume reviewed. Look at it, get a set of second eyes on it, and make sure that you catch all of your errors on the resume that would appear. And some of the common ones are typos and grammatical errors.
Mm-hmm. And which brings me to what you said on reviewing something. You know, a lot of people, they're just submitting their resume in and not getting it reviewed by anybody. Right. Who do we need to give our resume to so that they can review it before we turn it in?
That's a great question. And you do want to have a second set of eyes. You know, if you're working and you have a good relationship with your current manager, that's a good person to allow your resume to be reviewed by him or her. I've had that done before. Someone you work with, I should say, a coworker, is a good person to have look at your resume. If you're in college, your professor, the people that work in the job office department where you can go and look for jobs, you know, So I would go to that department and have someone to look at it. If you have the budget, you can hire you a resume writer to review your resume and to provide you some constructive feedback. So that's just name a few people that I would really have look at my resume.
Now, for those of you that don't know, at the colleges, they have job fairs, and they do have listed in a category resumes. So they can work with you too. For those that are in college, you can go there and get your resume done. And then also there are job opportunities. They're also there too. So, I mean, there's so many things that you can find out that's in college. And those people, they don't even know because they don't really take the time out to go and search out and look out and see if colleges are offering, you know, resume, classes, those type of things. You know, most people, I found that they're a little lazy, but I tell you the truth. If they just go and look, then they will find somebody and they can get that help. You know, that's
I agree with you, Kevin. You're right, because the colleges and different campuses do have those departments, and they do hold certain workshops and career sessions. And like I said, in your career development department at your campus, you know, they have jobs and opportunities, and they have recruiters there that are available to help you. So you got to be resourceful. You got to reach out, and you've got to just find out who would be the best person to give you the information that you need, which I would say constructive feedback, to be able to apply for your jobs without a lot of the errors that we constantly see that, you know, take you out of the running, you know, when you're applying for jobs.
Yeah. And we don't want to get our job denied, you know, if we don't, you know, go to the person and ask them. It's always good to ask at least 2 or 3 people. Do you think so? Yeah. And so, you know, which brings me to this. You know, in some resumes, I find that a lot of people put, what is it? Because I was writing it down. They choose their references as their family members and stuff. And I was wondering, who do we really need to choose for a reference?
Not your family members. Yeah, not your family. That's not a good idea. And even though we've worked in the workforce with family members, whether it's, you know, in an entrepreneur setting or in ministry or what have you, you want to have, you don't want to have your family members to do letters of reference. And a lot of employers don't allow it. They will tell you what kind of references they want, professional references, and they will, you know, tell you how many they need. And some won't, but you want to always at least have 3 to 4 good references. So some of the references I would say to suggest, you know, for a wide range of audience is teachers from high school is good to have a reference from your professors from college, or if you're currently in college, a professor that you had a great relationship with or you did very well in that class. You want to get a letter of recommendation from. Leaders in the community, people that you've worked and volunteered in the community at different organizations, is always good to get a letter of reference from them. Your pastor, if you worked in ministry, is always good to, or whoever's over that department in the church, that will be good to get you a letter of reference. Prior supervisors or current supervisors can give you a letter of recommendation too as well. Peers, people you went to college with, that you have established a great relationship with. You want somebody in that list of categories that I just gave you that will be able to really tell about your character and your working ethics and your skills and your abilities. How do you work? Are you a team player? Can you work under pressure? Do you adapt well? Those are some of the key words that they would use in their letters to explain who you are to that audience.
And you know, something that I'm getting out of this, most of y'all are out there, y'all need to get your name known. You need to get known around, you know, build relations, like she said earlier. If you're building the relationship with people, people will, I'm telling you, people will say, hey, if you need anything, let me know. Right now, I'm a witness, you know, I I've been known around the county for a long time, and then especially at my school. And I have professors that will tell me, "Hey, if you need anything, call me. If you need reference, call me. If you need something, call me." And if you build those relations, people, it's going to work out for you good.
That's
And
right.
the Bible does talk about having a good name, so you need a good name to have a good job, right? That's right.
That's right.
And so, which brings me to this, because after you get the resume, after you get all that done, now it's to the job interview process. And we know that unemployment rates are going up, and people are trying to apply for jobs. College students are trying to apply for jobs, and they're now going from, instead of meeting face to face, they're going to Zoom or on a conference call. And so if you can enlighten that on to us about that,
Okay.
what do we need to do?
All right, and that's a great question, because due to COVID-19, we are living in a situation where we do business different. And with that said, doing business different is that the way that we recruit now for jobs are done virtually. A lot of the job fairs are virtually on a virtual platform, whether it's through Zoom meeting, conference calls, whatever type of video conference that your job may have, Microsoft Skype, if some of you have heard of that technology platform. So there's different technology platforms where the job fairs and the recruitment processes and the interview process now is held. So with that said, even the agency that I'm currently with, we conduct things virtually. So you have to prepare yourself. So here's some tips and techniques that I suggest when you are preparing for a Zoom meeting. Let's just say a video conference. So for a video conference, I suggest to still dress the part, okay? You want to dress the part to make sure that you are professionally dressed for the job, because you're going to be on conference. Make sure that your background, where you're sitting, is a neutral color or a clear wall, or have a beautiful art piece in the back or some flowers next to you. You want to make sure you stage the background to be not causing any distraction, but very neutral, okay? You want to also make sure that you log on time. And when I say on time, that means what? Early. You remember from my last session, I stated to be early is to be on time, and to be on time is late. So with that said, call in early. This will give you an opportunity to check your internet connection. Make sure you're in a room where the reception is great for your internet connection. Make sure your phone is on mute or it's on silent. And make sure your Apple Watch, that's another thing, that is on silent too as well. Set the stage. Make sure they can hear you clearly. So when you're in a queue, go ahead and do your test call. So it's like a little waiting room for Zoom where you can actually test your volume. Make sure that you have great lighting so they can see you. You have a copy of your resume available printed, as well as a copy electronically on your laptop. So you want to prepare yourself for this virtual call, because you want to make sure they hear you very clearly. You want to make sure that you're on time. You want to make sure you smile. You want to make sure you ask questions. You want to show yourself very friendly and professionally on a video conference. No background noise. Make sure no one's home with you, or if so, that you're in a locked room and you don't hear a bunch of echoing and a lot of noise in the background. For a conference call, what I suggest is still dressed up, okay? Because if you feel good, you do good. If you dress up and you dress for success, you're going to have a successful interview. I've had interview conference calls, and they have been some of my great interviews because I fully got dressed and I was prepared for the call, and it wasn't a video call, but it was a conference call. So still dress the part. Make sure you have great reception with your cell phone or a landline. Make sure you're in the area, Kevin, where you have good reception and that call can be clearly heard. And also for a conference call in early. I don't care if you're in the waiting queue, but you call in before they're there. You don't want them waiting on you, okay? So those are some of the suggestions that I think are good tips and techniques to be successful for virtual interviews and as well as job fairs and recruiting events. Okay.
Yeah. And, during the conference call or the Zoom meeting, one thing I found out, a lot of people are very nervous.
Yes,
And
they
so
are.
now they need to prepare themselves. They need to have the confidence. So, one thing I would suggest, to be honest, is if you're not feeling confident, man, pray to the Lord.
Yes.
He's going to give you strength. He's going to give you the
He'll
confidence.
do it every time.
Mhm.
He'll do it every
Oh,
time.
yes. Oh, yes. And, talk about that dress part. The suits even matter? Do they need to wear, collar shirts or something like that?
Well, you want to dress for the industry, Kevin. You don't want to overdress and then you don't want to underdress. So do your research. Find out what company that you're having your interview with. Are they casual dressers? Or are they professional, suit and tie wearers every day? A lot of your businesses nowadays are not suit attire. So know the dress code. Make sure you don't overdress, but then you don't want to underdress. For men's, I would suggest, a polo top, similar collar top. They can wear a tie if they want to, but just a blazer, a nice blazer, and some slacks is nice. It just depends on the industry and the type of industry that you are trying to get a job in. What setting are you going to be working in? Are you going to be working outdoors in a manufacturing environment, or are you going to be working in an office? There's just a lot of things you need to take in consideration and do your research before you come dressed for your interview.
So people, just make sure you don't do too much.
Yeah.
Because if you do too much,
you don't want to do too much, and then you don't want to not do too much. You want to make sure you have a balance. A good, healthy balance is just good. So do your research, find out how the employees dress, and a lot of people put pictures all over the place between LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. We have the resources available to do a good, thorough research to be prepared.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good right there. And, I was thinking about our young people, our college students that are about to get ready to graduate. And I want to give you the floor and let you encourage them on, that, they're in job search, and, they, with the unemployment rate, like I said earlier, it's going up, and, they're feeling not confident because, people are saying, hey, I might not get this job or not. So can you enlighten us on that?
Okay. Well, also just think about, we're living in a society right now that is dealing with a not only nationwide, but worldwide issue with COVID-19. Okay. We need to take advantage of the opportunity that we have currently, where we can build our skills and our knowledge. And to build your skills and knowledge, I'm not saying go back to school and get another degree or get your first degree. I'm saying whatever it takes to make you set apart from another individual who's applying for the job, to make you more marketable as well as competitive. You might want to find different skill sets, such as the IT department, working with technology, learning how to code. Take a certification class that may last just a couple of weeks. Learn more about the medical field, the billing process. Take advantage of the downtime that you may have right now to prepare yourself so when the workforce opens back up, that you're ready. You need to apply every day. Looking for a job is a job, okay? You have to keep that in mind. And even the professors, the professors that are in, teach us in college, will always say you need to always continue to look for a job. That's how you build your career. You want to look for opportunities. You want to build networks. You want to talk to people at church. You want to build relationships. You never know the neighbor or the person you're sitting next to, where do they work? What kind of connections they have? Kevin, you have to keep in mind that, your professors may have connections with different organizations. If you are already a college graduate, go back to your alumni association departments, find out what connections they have. You want to just search, stay busy, pray, continue to look for jobs, brand yourself, build your brand. And how you build your brand, which is yourself, Rebecca Yarbrough, Kevin Carr, your brand. Build your brand. Always learning. Always look for opportunities. Don't always think that an opportunity lies within a salary. You can get a great opportunity that lies within a volunteer position. A lot of us don't volunteer anymore. I love to volunteer. I love community service work. I love to meet people in the community that work at different organizations that I don't get to see on a day-to-day through my everyday workforce. So volunteer in the community, get your name out there, build your brand, build a platform like LinkedIn. Look at social media from a professional standpoint and not from a social standpoint. Use it to be able to network and connect with people all over this nation, okay? And do it in a professional manner where they know that you're looking for job opportunities, have confidence and know that you are an asset and not a liability, that you will be contributing to that organization. So we have to be encouraged. We have to work. We can't just sit around and not do anything, okay? You gotta have faith. Faith without works is dead. So you can have faith, but if you don't have no works behind your faith, how do you expect to God to move on your behalf? Show the Lord you mean business.
That's right.
Get out there and come out of your, shyness and learn how to communicate. And if you don't learn how to communicate, take a communication class. Pick up a hobby. That hobbies listed on your resume looks good. It lets people know that you are a well-rounded individual. What are your hobbies? Reading. Don't put traveling. You can't travel right now. Do you know how to plant a flower? Gardening. Put something that people can really have a conversation about that you can do, whether it's knitting or you learn how to sew, okay? Or, just different things that we can pick up, or painting, that we need to get familiar with ourselves, learn ourselves over again. And this is the time to redeem the time. God has given us another chance to really get it right. And we need to really focus on our spiritual man as well as our physical man. We need to get our careers in order. We need to get a lot of things that we haven't had time to do. This is the time. This is the time to focus on my career, my profession, my education, my credit, my physical man, my health, cooking, doing things that you never had the chance to do before because we've been so busy. But with the unemployment rate, employers are still hiring. We're hiring. They're still hiring. And they're doing it through a different platform. So that's why it's so important to network and to find out where the job fairs are going to be held, on what Zoom meeting or what platform will the recruiting event take place. And that takes picking up the phone, calling people, texting people, emailing people, researching on your laptop, not playing games, not playing computer games, but trying to find your next opportunity. And to do that, it's going to require some works, okay? And with this work, you're going to have faith and you're going to pray. And the Bible said, ask anything in his name, right? Did he say ask? Okay. So we're going to believe that, and we're going to hold on to the faith, and we're going to believe that God is going to really work on our behalf as we move forward and believe and put the works in. Okay. And we got to do that. And a lot of people don't want to do work. They just want it to be handed to them, but you got to put in the work.
That's
You
right.
got to do it and stay encouraged, because it's coming. It's coming. If you believe it, it's coming. And I'm telling you, I'm a witness. During these economic times right now, I am a true witness that employers are still hiring. I got an upcoming testimony that's going to blow you away. I'm telling you, God is still able and he's still in the blessing business, but you got to believe it. And while you believe in it, you got to move by faith, get out of your comfort zone, and you got to get out there and you got to make it happen for you.
Amen. That was a mighty fresh word.
Amen. It's good. It's so good. I love the Lord. It's good, Kevin.
All
right.
That was a mighty word. And we thank you, Miss Yarbrough, for your time. We really appreciate it. Everybody, we hope you were encouraged from this interview process part 2. Amen. And we will be back